Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back. I just got off the water. I'm an absolute mess. My kayak is a mess, covered in mud. Went out chasing redfish, and yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. But today is not about fishing. Today I wanted to share something with you. If you guys have been watching for a while, you probably remember a few months ago I broke my kayak. I cracked it in 4 spots, and that was all based on me putting on the Boondocks landing gear, the cart system that permanently mounts to your kayak. If you haven't watched that video, go check it out. I'm not going to go over all of that again, but I did want to show you what I decided to replace it with. Now, over the last few months, I've done a lot of research. In fact, a lot of you guys gave me your advice, and so I started looking into all of those systems and those carts and just different ways of transporting your kayak. And there was a lot of different things that I wanted to go through, and there was quite a few things that I didn't want, and I was really adamant about that. Like, I didn't want a cart that, you know, used the scupper holes. I know some people do. They really like that. I didn't want to, because I've seen people that have used those and it just seems like a pain. I didn't want to deal with that, and I've also heard that there are some issues with some of those cart systems that do use scupper holes. Same thing, you can get cracks and problems with that. Hobie, I know they use the scupper holes for all of their cart systems, and realistically I didn't want to spend the money that Hobie charges for carts, and so I wanted the best cart for me, something that I really like. I didn't want to use anything that permanently mounts to my kayak again. I didn't want to make that mistake again. But today I do want to show you what I decided to go with after all of your advice and after all of the research that I've done over the past few months. Well, this is what I decided to go with. Yep, there it is. That is the Wilderness. That is the Wilderness cart system. Absolutely love it. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to show you a little bit about it and tell you why I like it so much, why I think this is the absolute perfect cart system for me, and it may be for a lot of you as well. But let me show that to you in more detail, give you, my thoughts, what I like about it. There are some things that I don't like about it, and so I'm going to explain all of that and go into detail. But here it is. All right, so here is the Wilderness Systems cart. Show that to you now. There it is, in all of its glory. There's quite a few things that I like about this. One is that it is so incredibly well made. All of this is metal. It is really well made. Everything about this, here's the wheels, I'll show you all of that. It's got these like foam around these to kind of keep your kayak protected a little bit. It rolls super well, it moves very easily, and what I like about this is that if you look here on this bar, it's adjustable, so you just unscrew these, loosen them up, and then you can move them into whatever mark you want. Now, why that is so important is because this cart system can be used on any kayak. So with a Hobie, you don't have to buy a Hobie kayak cart to make it work. If you have a Jackson or some other kayaks, you don't have to worry about this. This will fit and work on any kayak. It doesn't matter. You just adjust it to, the width of your kayak. Now, the Hobie does have 2 grooves in the bottom, and so these fit into that absolutely perfect. And so I love that about this. It's super lightweight. It's just a great cart system. In fact, a lot of you guys were the ones that mentioned this to me, and so I went and I checked it out, and sure enough, you guys are right. It's fantastic. So I do like it. I do like how well it's made. I do like that it's adjustable. I like that it's lightweight. I like that it rolls really well. But the biggest thing that I like is how incredibly simple it is. And here, let me show you that now. And that's the biggest selling point to me. I like things that are just easy. So here it is. Let me show you again. All right, so here's the kayak, here is the cart. Now I am holding this camera, so I'm gonna have to do this one-handed, but honestly I don't think that it's even gonna be a problem. One-handed, I literally lift it up bring it over. Yeah. There it is. It is on there. As you can see underneath, it fits into those grooves pretty well. Now, those are adjustable, so I can move those around and make it fit a little bit better. But another thing that I really like about this, excuse my kayak, it is extremely dirty. See? Yeah. It's just how easy this thing moves. The wheels work so well. So I always load my kayak up backwards. Yeah, so there it is, ready to go. And I like how high this kicks the back end up, because I do have a lifted truck. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get my kayak into the back of my truck bed, and so being that it's a little bit higher, I just don't have to lift it as far. Makes it a lot easier. One thing I'd like to add is that this cart system, it does come with 2 sets of straps. So if you want to strap your kayak down to the cart, well, you can do that. I don't use it. I haven't, I've had this for, I guess, a little over a month now, and I've used it on quite a few trips, and I've never needed the straps. I haven't used them. There was no need for them. But I will say, if you're going down like a steep ramp, you probably want to go ahead and put those on there, because this thing rolls really, really well. I mean, it's effortless. Even with my kayak fully loaded, I can pull it around with, just 2 fingers. It rolls really well. So if you go down a steep ramp, if you're loading your kayak into the water, chances are that thing's going to take off on you. So you're going to want those straps. But so far, everywhere I've launched, I haven't needed it. I keep the straps in my truck just in case. But, anyways, I wanted to share all of this with you. Now I'm going to go ahead and load my kayak up, and then I'm going to show you a few things that I don't like about this. And we'll go from there. All right, guys, well, I've made it back home and got everything loaded up and about to unload it, but I wanted to briefly go over a few of the things that I don't like about this cart, just so that you guys know. One, it's big. So because of that, I've had to figure out a way to get this to fit into my truck. Now it's just big. It's here, let me show you. Now there are ways that you can disassemble this by taking these off, by taking those off, and you can completely disassemble it. You can pull the wheels off, but let's be honest, I'm lazy, and after a day of fishing, I'm not going to want to disassemble this to put it in my truck. And I'm not going to want to put it back together every time. I just don't want to do it. Not only that, but I've got to make the adjustments for the width of the kayak every time, and so I'd have to mark those and remember that, and I just don't want to do it. So it is a little bit big. It doesn't fold up like a lot of your other carts do, where they're really compact. So that is one thing that I don't like. The other thing is the price. It is a bit expensive. I think it's just over $200. If I'll put the exact price, I'll put it up here. I can't remember, but it's about $200, so it is a bit pricey. Now, with that being said, it's not nearly as expensive as the Hobie carts, so you are saving a little bit of money there, but there are a lot more carts that are cheaper. There's some that are, $50, $60. So, you kind of get what you pay for, though. I was willing to spend the extra money on a cart that works really, really well, that I like, that I knew I would like, rather than going with something cheaper and then, I might hate it. So, for me, it was worth spending the $200 on, but if there's 2 things that I wish could change, it would be the price and just how big and kind of bulky this is. It takes up a lot of space in the truck. I've had to kind of rearrange how I load my truck just so that I can fit this in there as well. So, but beyond that, I absolutely love it. I think it's a great cart system. It's going to work for any kayak. It doesn't matter what you have. You can use this. It's really well made. It's super durable. you know, and it's simple. It's very simple. So that's the big selling point for me. I like it because it's easy. I can, you know, load and unload my kayak without any problems really quickly. I don't have to sit there and worry about straps or trying to get it right in the scupper holes, and then when I get down to the water, I don't have to like lift it really high to try to get it out. And it's just easy. It's super simple, and so that's why I like it. But I thought I'd share it with you guys. I know some of you have been wondering what I decided to go with. Well, this is it. It is the Wilderness Systems cart system, and go check it out if you're looking for a cart. I like it. It works for me. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.